Hey everybody, this is Maxine Taylor, and I thought we would take a look at the real Donald Trump. And the reason we're doing this is because his campaign people this past week have said that the persona that Donald Trump has been projecting is contrived and designed to glean votes and delegates, but that we will really see the real Donald Trump. And you know, as an astrologer, for well over 45 years, I look at the charts in order to determine what is so. Now, the birth chart is the raw potential. That potential is there. It's up to the person to use it on its highest level or its lowest level, or maybe somewhere in between, or maybe flipping between the two. Those of you who are awakened or awakening, who are on the path, have decided that you're going to live your life the best way you know how, on your highest and best level. This is, pardon the shameless promotion here, this is why I've written my book, Move Into the Magic. It helps you identify your programming and release it, and then discover your life's mission. I don't know that Donald Trump is all that interested in this book. You may be. But let me now share with you the real Donald Trump. And then we will see if there's going to be a change or not. And I do have some forecasting for his chart in just a minute. Okay, so let's start with the birth chart. And as you can see, we'll start at the 10th house, because that's your public image. And this is what his campaign people have been talking about, his public image. Well, let's just look and see what that is. First of all, he has Uranus, the rebel, in the 10th house of his career and his public image. Need I say more? This is the innovator, the inventor, and the person who says, I'm going to do it my way, and I'm doing it my way in front of the whole world, and that's all there is to it. He has the North Node in his 10th house. Wherever your North Node is, that is the area of life where you will achieve your greatest success. So, Uranus, right next to the North Node, his success comes from being a reality show host, being outlandish, being rebellious. And there is the sun, the center of our life. Wherever the sun is in your birth chart, that is the center of your life. It's in the 10th house of your public image, of your career. The sun rules the message that we got from our father. And so daddy's message is, be the leader, but be the rebel and do it your way. I could almost stop here, right? But I'll keep on going because there's a lot more to Donald Trump in the chart. Look at that packed 11th house. The 11th house is the house that traditionally is ruled by Aquarius, and Aquarians march to their own drumbeat. Aquarius is co-ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and so there's Donald Trump marching to his own drumbeat in front of the whole wide world, not really caring what anybody thinks. That's the Uranian quality. This 11th house makes him a disguised Aquarian. And those of you who have either your sun or your moon or your ascendant in Aquarius, or if you have any planets at all in the 11th house, you are a humanitarian. And you feel different. And you ask yourself, am I crazy or is the world crazy? And you may do this on a daily basis. And so with a strong 11th house, we find quite the humanitarian here. Now, the sun conjunct Uranus in the 10th house is going to say, me first, I'm the leader. And we'll get to this in just a minute again, because we keep coming back to the 10th house. So with Mercury in his 11th house, he does think in terms of what's best for the group. With Saturn in the 11th house, he has to be the leader of the group. Saturn deals with the should and ought to relatives from our childhood. Saturn is traditionally restriction. But the way I read it, it's responsibility, which is respond to your ability. And this means that Trump's ability in a group is to be the leader. He will do it with an iron fist. He will do it his way. That's just how it is. Mercury and Saturn and Venus are all in Cancer, which is a very sensitive, self-protective, nurturing sign. And so he is the leader, and he does have an emotional attachment to the group. With Venus, what we love, what we think is beautiful. He loves people. He loves humanity. However, Saturn can manifest as restriction and fear. And so there can be a fear of humanity from the standpoint of not being the leader. And that is why he's got to use that 10th house to get attention. And that's what he's done. So you can see the chart is working magnificently. In his 12th house of behind the scenes activities, this is the subconscious house, we've got Pluto, the roving delegate for the female authority figures, and primarily mother or grandmother in our lives as children. And so there is a strong subconscious need to be in control, to manipulate behind the scenes, because that is what he was taught. There is the control factor coming to him from mother or grandmother, living or not, it doesn't matter. Now Mars, war, passion, wherever it is in your chart, that's what comes first to you. That's what you throw yourself into. Mars is in 26 of Leo. The ascendant is 29 of Leo. And this is very powerful. When Mars is in the 12th house, our energy is stuffed a little bit. We don't even feel it. We don't even express it the way it truly is. And so even though he has lots of energy, that is nothing compared to what he's really feeling inside. So there is a great need to project himself, because the ascendant is the physical body. It's the most personal point in the chart. To be first, to do it his way. And Leo is ruled by the sun, and so the ruler of the ascendant is in the 10th house. He is the leader. He's already accepted it. That's how it is. The 29th degree on the ascendant says that he's finishing up the lesson, the Leo lesson, that deals with personal expression. And so the way he's expressing himself personally is through being on top, being the rebellious, unexpected showman that he is. Very, very powerful. This is the lifetime in which he will finish up the me first lesson, because that's the ascendant, me. Okay, he has Neptune, the dream, in the 2nd house of money. And so he has a dream that he has fulfilled, as we know, financially. It also shows that Neptune dissolves what it touches, and so there can be the dissolving of the money, and he has had bankruptcies, as we know. However, the dream is alive and well. He has Jupiter, the great benefic, in his 2nd house. Wherever Jupiter is, it brings abundance. And so this ties in with his money, bringing abundance. And he still has dreams that he wants to put into operation relating to his money. Incidentally, both Neptune and Jupiter rule Pisces, which rules his 8th house, of other people's money. So literally, he makes his money directly through other people. You might say, well, isn't that true of everybody? No. If you're a computer programmer, that's what you do. If you're a lab tech, that's what you do. But if you have the ability to create your own income through other people's income, that's what's shown here. The South Node is in his 4th house. The South Node is what we have mastered in past lives. And so we're instinctively drawn to it. The 4th house deals with home, family, and real estate. And so he is instinctively drawn to those areas. I don't have to explain this to anybody. Now he's got the moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius has no filter. They just say what they think. They just blurt it out. And they laugh about it. By the way, Uranus conjunct the sun gives a very fast, very quick sense of humor. So the moon in Sagittarius, in opposition to that Uranus and Sun, for those of you who study astrology, indicates that there is a pull between home and family and his career. Now, mommy's message, there's the moon, is to look for his emotional security in his family, which he has probably done. He has a large family, and the fourth house also rules real estate, which was the family business. Again, the Sag moon, look out, there's no filter. He shoots from the hip. His vertex is in the fifth house of children and creative projects. The vertex is your karmic role in life, and above all, it means you've got to have fun. And so when we have a Leo ascendant and we have the vertex in the fifth house, I'm reminded of the Leo mantra, which is, life is a game. Let's play it. Donald Trump is playing his game, and he seems to be winning. Now, let me tell you about the possibility of changing his persona publicly. Mars, the transiting Mars, the Mars that's going round and round right now, is retrograde in his fourth house of home, family, and real estate. With Mars retrograde at the time of this video, energy is on hold. Things are not moving forward. After Mars goes direct at the end of June, it will go direct right here on the cusp of the fourth house, the IC, which is the very foundation of his chart. This is when things will start picking up in the area of home, family, and real estate, emotional security. Mars will sit on his south node. It will go through the fourth house, but it will oppose his 10th house planets. This will start at the end of June and will continue through September. What this means is, if he chooses to change his approach, his public approach, he can do so. The chart will always be the same. He can express it on any level he chooses. So, will he follow the birth chart the way he has in the past, or will the Mars transit help him to change? And the change will be in the way he expresses his talents. He will always have that 10th house. It's a great 10th house. So, keep your eye on the calendar, keep your eye on the candidate, and we'll look to see the real Donald Trump. Till we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours.